Hi, this is Dr. Karen Wilson Starks, and welcome to the Light Room. The last several weeks, we have been talking about executive team development and the three phases, which include build strategy for the long-term future of the business and create the culture that's needed to achieve the future vision, and select and develop talent to reach the vision as well. And today, I want to add a biblical perspective. So in Proverbs 11:14, it says, "Where there is no counsel, the people fall, but in the multitude of counselors, there is safety." Likewise, in Proverbs 15:22, it says, "Without counsel, plans go awry, but in the multitude of counselors, they are established." So, as the CEO, you have your executive team to be those people who can advise you and who can give you information because you're selecting people with complementary skills and talents. You're selecting people who are smarter than you in many areas. And you are also selecting people who have a line of sight to the business that you can't see. And the executive team is just one group of your advisors. You also have your board or your advisory board, and you also have outside advisors and counselors because sometimes you need a broader world or industry perspective and to see what you can't see from just being inside the business. Now, here's the thing. You can make some mistakes, and I want to give the example of King Rehoboam, who was the son of King Solomon. When he took over leading the kingdom, he had two sets of advisors. One were the elders, the wise people who had served his father. Secondly, were the young guys who did not know what they were doing. They did not have a good idea about how to lead people, and he also had them as advisors. And the people came to him and they said, "Look, your father was kind of harsh with us. Will you lighten our load?" And he told them to come back in 3 days. And you can find their accounts in First Kings, the 12th chapter, and Second Chronicles, the 10th chapter. And so here's what was interesting. It was the elders who told him to be a servant to the people. Speak good to them, and they'll be your servants forever. The young people said, "You tell them my father beat you with whips, I'm going to beat you with scourges, and my little finger is going to be thicker even than my father's waist against you. I will add to your yoke, not subtract." So when the people came back 3 days later, King Rehoboam was unwise, and he spoke roughly to the people, and he followed the advice of the young people who he had grown up with. And as a result, the northern kingdoms fled. They picked their own king, which was Jeroboam, and they no longer fell under the leadership of King Rehoboam, Solomon's son. And so Rehoboam was left only to have the smaller southern kingdom over which to rule. So, what I say to you as CEO, you want to select smart people, not just smart people, also who are wise, wise enough to have values and ethics that are aligned for the highest good of the people in your business, in your organization, in your government, if you are a government leader. And when you do that, you set yourself up for success, and everything you do is set up for success. If, on the other hand, you choose those people whose values are not at the highest level and who make decisions outside of wisdom, well, then your executive team is going to fail you when the times get hard and the rubber meets the road. So I share all of this with you to say, yes, your executive team is important. You want to develop them and you want to select them with wisdom so they can serve you and your people and the aims of your business with wisdom. So have a blessed day, and I'll see you next time.